Something beautiful that I feel like not enough people talk about is just how mysterious or just how lucid God's grace can be poured out onto people. So let me explain. I feel like when I actually became intentional about giving my life to God, I feel like not enough people talk to me about how the Lord will deliver you from things, or he'll help you grow out of sin, but in a way to where you don't even realize that it's happening. And so what I mean by that is, for example, I feel like two areas to where I feel like the Lord has really been working on me without me even realizing it until after said scenario happens is one, I'd say with my temperament. I'm a very irritable person. I can be very sarcastic if you say the right words to me. And I feel like the Lord has been really working on me as far as just keeping my mouth shut. Just zip it. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's not. It the sin is just not worth it, because at the end of the day all it's going to do is take me out of character, make me look like the person that has the work to do. And at the end of the day, we all have work to do. But it's like I don't feel like wearing a big old flag that says I have work that I need to do on myself. It's just not worth the sin. But another area to where I feel like God has been working on me, and I'm so grateful for it. But he's been working on me as far as my confidence regarding talking about Christ to people out in public. Like that was an area to where when I first started becoming intentional about my walk, to where I was like, man, those street preachers are so cool. Like that's so cool to be so bold, despite what all these different naysayers are saying to them. It's like, man, I just don't know if I'll ever be bold enough for that. Or to just pray for somebody in public that you don't know. Never been bold enough to do anything like that, because I'm just not. I try not to be that confrontational. I don't like to ruffle people's feathers. And God's like, yeah, no, it's time. It's time. And I went on a little mini trip, and I prayed for two people that I don't even know. And I'm not saying that to say that I deserve a star sticker or a pat on the back, because I didn't do it for me. Me doing that didn't come from a place of me just feeling super confident and bold and just courageous. No, it was just this crazy feeling of just overwhelm of God wants you to pray for this person. Put yourself out there, ask the person if they're open for you to pray for them, if they're open to you praying for them, and just do it if they say yes. And they said yes both times. And it was honestly one of the most amazing feelings, because with those prayers, I didn't really feel a restraint. It was just the words were just flowing. It was flowing, and it was such a good feeling, because I feel like sometimes I'll stumble over my words when I pray to God, and to be able to just pray for somebody on the spot without any type of a fear of judgment, or without much concern about what other people are going to think. It was just such a testament to how much God's grace has been poured out onto me. And I just say all this to say, if you are on this walk with God, with Christ, sometimes it's going to feel like I'm never going to tackle that sin. I'm never going to tackle it. And I just really encourage you to just pray. Just pray on it. Just continue to pray on it. Even if in your heart of hearts you're just like, Lord, if you were to test how much I have faith in you right now, it's probably at a 1%. Pray anyways, because you'd be surprised just how much God hears you, and just how much God is working in your life behind the scenes, and you just don't know it yet. And you'll see it. Eventually you'll see it, because then one day it's going to happen to where you have a moment to yourself to just think, and then you'll start to remember that time when you would typically handle something in one way, and you recognize that you didn't. And just know it wasn't because of you. If you do this, that's awesome. God bless. But it wasn't because of you. It was because of God's grace poured out onto you. So, yeah. If you have anything similar that has happened to you to where you feel like you've not per se overcame a sin, but you feel like you noticed some growth within an area of sin that you didn't realize until after the fact, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear it.